The desert sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the mountains of Afghanistan. Inside a dimly lit cave, the rhythmic clanking of metal echoed as Tony Stark worked tirelessly, his hands moving with a precision that only a genius could possess. His body ached, his mind raced, and his heart, quite literally, depended on the glowing arc reactor embedded in his chest. Tony had always lived a life of luxury, fast cars, billion-dollar deals, and the finest suits money could buy. But here, surrounded by armed men demanding he build a missile for them, he had only one suit that mattered, the one he was building in secret, one that could save his life. The Ten Rings had underestimated him. They thought he was just a weapons manufacturer, a rich man with no fight in him. They had no idea what he was capable of. Beside him, Yinsen, the kind-hearted doctor who had saved his life, watched anxiously. "Tony, they're getting suspicious," he warned. "We don't have much time." Tony tightened the last bolt on the crude metal suit and looked at his creation. It was bulky, unrefined, but powerful. It wasn't just a machine, it was his way out. The guards outside grew restless. Their leader barked orders in a harsh tone. They had waited long enough. They stormed inside, weapons drawn. With no time left, Tony slammed his hand onto a makeshift control panel, sending power surging into the suit. Gears whirred, hydraulics hissed. The Mark I armor came to life. The terrorists opened fire. Bullets sparked as they bounced off the thick iron plating. Tony felt the weight of the suit, but he was in control. He raised his arm and launched a blast of fire from his crude flamethrowers, forcing the men to scatter. Yinsen ran ahead, creating a distraction, buying Tony time. Gunfire erupted. Tony turned just in time to see Yinsen fall to the ground, wounded but smiling. "This was always the plan," he whispered. Rage boiled inside Tony as he powered forward, smashing through crates and enemies alike. He marched through the cave like an unstoppable force, sending the remaining soldiers into a panic. Explosions rocked the hideout as fuel tanks ignited. Reaching the exit, Tony activated the suit's thrusters. Flames burst beneath his feet, and with a roar he launched himself into the sky. The wind howled in his ears as the desert stretched out below him, but the suit was untested. It wasn't designed for a smooth landing. The power flickered, then failed. Tony plummeted, crashing into the sand in a storm of metal and dust. For a moment there was only silence. Then, with a groan, Tony crawled out of the wreckage. The suit was destroyed, but he was alive. He staggered to his feet and looked at the rising sun. He was no longer the same man who had been captured. He had built something more than armor. He had built a purpose. And the world was about to meet Iron Man,